Welcome to English with Bhooma. Today, we are learning the 50 most repeated vocabulary words for banking exams. Look, if you're preparing for IBPS, SBI, or really any major competitive exam, you already know the immense pressure of the English section. I mean, it can literally make or break your final score, right? But don't worry, because in this explainer, we're bringing you a highly structured, super energetic strategy to absolutely master this dense vocabulary list. Get ready to supercharge your preparation. So here's our foundation for today. 50 of the absolute most repeated words in banking exams, complete with their parts of speech and core meanings. But here is the ultimate secret to cracking competitive exams. Instead of painfully reading a massive list from A to Z and, let's be honest, forgetting it all by tomorrow morning, we're going to use a powerful psychological trick called chunking. Basically, we are organizing these words into highly memorable, logical themes. Here is our roadmap for today. We've grouped all 50 words into 4 easy-to-digest categories: words of communication, attitudes and dispositions, time, state, and change, and finally, understanding and clarity. We'll wrap up with how to use this to ace the English section. Let's jump in. Section 1. Words of communication. Let's look at exactly how we share information and interact verbally. Okay, let's dive into this. Notice the strong contrast in these communication words. On the positive helpful side, we have articulate, a verb meaning expressing thoughts clearly, and elucidate, meaning to explain clearly. Think about it. You really want to articulate your answers in an interview. Then we have the highly positive adjective candid, meaning truthful and sincere. But contrast that with diatribe, a noun for a bitter verbal attack, and garrulous, an adjective for being excessively talkative. Go ahead, pause and repeat these. A garrulous customer might launch into a diatribe at the bank. Contrasting positive and negative styles really makes them stick. Continuing with communication, check out the verbs deride, meaning to laugh at scornfully, and premise, meaning to urge earnestly. Both of these are pretty aggressive, action-oriented words about pushing ideas or pushing people down. But then we have the noun veracity, which anchors our communication in pure truthfulness, the habit of telling the truth. Remember this word. Veracity is incredibly important for exams, especially for reading comprehension passages dealing with ethics. Section 2. Attitudes and dispositions. Now we're shifting our focus towards describing human personality, mindsets, and deep emotional states. To kick this section off, think about this stark contrast. On one hand, we have benevolent, an adjective meaning kind and well-meaning. On the total opposite side, we have belligerent, an adjective meaning hostile and aggressive. Studying opposites is an absolute game changer for exams. Picture a benevolent bank manager helping you out with a loan versus a belligerent one denying it aggressively. Now, what's really interesting about this group is how we move across the energy spectrum. We start at absolute zero energy with apathetic, an adjective meaning showing no interest or concern. Then we move to someone highly focused, fastidious, meaning very particular. From there, we jump up to high, vibrant energy with the adjectives zealous, meaning full of enthusiasm, and gregarious, which means sociable and outgoing. Finally, balancing it all out is equanimity, a noun meaning mental calmness. This word is important for exams, and honestly, you need a lot of equanimity when sitting for your IBPS paper. Here are a few more crucial dispositions. Being indefatigable, which means tireless and persistent, and showing alacrity, a noun for eagerness and promptness, are highly positive traits for a banking aspirant. You want to study with alacrity. Compare that to being recalcitrant, which is stubbornly resistant to learning, or odious, meaning extremely unpleasant. And when you finally achieve those big goals, you will satiate or fully satisfy your ambition. Take a quick second to pause and repeat these terms aloud. Section 3. Time, state, and change. These are the words that define shifting conditions and the flow of time. You'll see these everywhere in economic passages. Let's rapidly pair up these powerful verbs. Alleviate means to make less severe. You're making things better. Its natural opposites are exacerbate, meaning to make worse, and debilitate, meaning to weaken. Now, when policies change, governments might abrogate or repeal old laws so that new systems can coalesce, uniting to form one whole. And if a market loses all its funding, well, it might desiccate or dry up completely. Time and presence are huge themes in competitive English. Look at how these connect. Ephemeral is an adjective for something lasting a short time, like a fleeting trend. Contrast that with incessant, continuing without interruption, or ubiquitous, meaning present everywhere. Think of ATMs in a modern city. They are ubiquitous. We also have anachronism, a noun for something out of its proper time, and harbinger, a sign of something future. If your preparation is inchoate, meaning just begun or in an early stage, sticking with this explainer is a harbinger of your future success. I want to pause right here to spotlight a very specific, high-impact noun, iconoclast. It means a destroyer of cherished beliefs. This word completely shatters a traditional state or belief system, and it is a massive favorite among exam setters. Remember this word. Think of an innovative banking tech startup. They could absolutely be described as an iconoclast in the traditional financial sector. Next up, we have states of being and effort. There's actually a cool little narrative journey right here in these terms. Reaching the apex, the highest point of your career, is often an arduous or difficult and tiring task. Along the way, you must navigate disparate, essentially different challenges. You really want to avoid deleterious or harmful habits and instead focus on efficacious strategies, the ones producing the desired result. And of course, always remain decorous, polite, and proper in your professional life. We finish up this massive section on states and changes by looking at these 4 adjectives. Notice how laudable, meaning deserving praise, really stands out as a glowing positive state. It's surrounded by negative or stagnant conditions, like lugubrious, which means sad and dismal, hackneyed, meaning overused or trite, and redundant, meaning unnecessary or excessive. Your goal on test day is to give laudable answers, not hackneyed ones. Section 4. Understanding and clarity. As an exam candidate, this right here is your mental battlefield. It's all about how we process complex information. And this brilliantly illustrates the true journey of learning. It usually starts with something abstruse, an adjective meaning difficult to understand. I mean, much of the English language can feel pretty abstruse at first. But by taking deliberate action, like really studying this explainer, you can ascertain the facts. That's a verb meaning to find out exactly. You literally move from confusion to absolute certainty. Here is your ultimate mental toolkit. When you face concepts that are ambiguous, open to more than one meaning, or esoteric, known only to a few, you need sharp tools. That is exactly where Acumen, a noun for sharpness of mind, comes in. You use that acumen to deduce, to reach a conclusion by reasoning. Doing this proves you are sagacious, an adjective meaning having keen judgment. Honestly, this sequence of words is practically a blueprint for how to solve tricky reading comprehension questions. Section 5. Acing the English section. Let's bring it all together. You've just successfully absorbed all 50 vocabulary words without getting totally overwhelmed. By simply organizing the information and chunking these 50 complex terms into these 4 specific buckets, recalling them under the intense time pressure of an exam becomes incredibly fast and efficient. You aren't just blindly memorizing a list anymore. You've built mental folders that you can snap open instantly during the test. So I leave you with this question. Which of these 50 words will be the harbinger of your success? If this vocabulary lesson helped you, please share, like, subscribe my channel English with Bhooma, and press that bell icon for more IBPS vocabulary, English grammar, and exam preparation videos. Keep studying with Alacrity, stay indefatigable, and I will see you in the next one.